Hi.
Hey, Jen.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi.
Loud. Can you guys hear me? I feel like I echo. There we go. All right. Who's my 559246? Is that Kim?
Jennifer.
Hey.
Hi.
I didn't realize you were 559.
Yes.
Yay. And then who's my 408? That's muted. Who's my 408?
Hey, it's Ninon.
Hey, lady. All right.
Hello. I'm at the grocery store getting vegetables.
Welcome to the TeamINSPIRED Coaches Getting Started Right call. This is a call for brand new coaches or any coaches that are just about to hop back into the business. Maybe you signed up as a coach and you've never quite learned the ins and outs. So this is going to be a call where anybody can hop on and get a good understanding of the very, very basics of coaching and what happens now. So I want to start by telling you guys a little bit about my journey, and then I'm going to open it up at the very end for questions. So I hope that you have something to write down, or maybe you could just jot it in your mind if you have a question, and then I will definitely leave some time for questions at the end. I did not think about this when I booked this call, but today is actually my anniversary of coaching. June of 2015, I signed up to be a coach. End of May 2015, I was kind of in a crappy place with my health. Todd and I were both in San Francisco, and here I am in this kind of new relationship with a guy who has a really strong metabolism, living in a city that has really good food. And I just, no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to get myself to where I've always been, which I kind of had, overall been pretty lean, and I didn't have crazy bad habits when it came to food. And I kind of dabbled in yoga or working out here and there, but I was never super into it. And I kind of looked in the mirror and I liked what I saw for the most part. So it is what it is. My mind never had to go there. And then all of a sudden I really started putting weight on. My clothes were tight. I had a super stressful job, lots of drive time, commuting throughout the Bay Area. And sooner than later, I was buying a new pair of pants, and then I was buying another size up, and everything I tried just wasn't working. I tried eating no carb. I tried doing this little app program where the workouts were really tough, and I saw myself getting stronger, but I could not balance the food and the workouts. And I was just overworked, overtired, over everything. And my friend from 15 years ago, we worked together 15 years ago, posted on Facebook about a challenge group, and she posted about PiYo. And there was something about it that it was kind of like a last resort. Like, I guess I'll give this thing a shot. I guess, I don't even know if it's going to work, but what do I have to lose? So I joined her challenge group, and 2 weeks in, I became a coach. 2 weeks in, I realized I can do this as a lifestyle. It's not something that was gimmicky. It wasn't me giving up everything that I liked in life. I could still eat in San Francisco. I could still socialize. It wasn't necessarily easy, but I could see myself doing this for the long term. And I fell in love with PiYo. That was I'd never loved a workout before. I had liked workouts. I had done them because I had to, but there was something about PiYo that I totally fell in love with. And I signed up to be a coach. I reached out to some of my friends and I said, hey, do you guys want to join me? Do you want to get fit with me? Because I definitely was not at my fitness game. I wasn't even close. It was still hard for me to finish a workout. I still got out of breath pretty early on. I couldn't do one tricep push-up to save my life. And if you've taken my PiYo class, we do a lot of tricep push-ups. I could not do one. So I became a coach before my fitness journey was where it is today. And I call it a journey because there's no end. You don't get to a certain point and then you're like, I'm done. I just hit my spot. You're going to always crave different and more and to challenge yourself. And life will throw challenges. Every time I get to a certain point where I'm really happy, life kind of throws something and it's like, okay, I just took some steps backwards and I got to earn my way back to where I was. So that's my fitness journey. But I became a coach way before I was even close to saying that I was pretty good at what I was doing. I just knew that I had a lot of passion. I really cared about helping people. And I felt like if I had these struggles, then other people would have these struggles as well. Like, I cannot be the only one. And my girlfriends proved that. The very first people that joined me were people that I worked with. They were not my closest friends that I've known since I was a kid. They were my coworkers. And, being coworkers, we talk about what we eat, we talk about our struggles, and I knew that they could benefit. And those were the first people that ended up joining me. That became my life-changing moment, June 14th, 2015. I actually heard about Beachbody 7 years before that. Someone told me about it when I was a manager at Paychex, and I laughed it off and I thought, not for me. Like, it's not a real job, right? And sometimes I regret that I just laughed it off. And sometimes I realize we're all on the journey that we're on, and everything happens at the time that it's supposed to happen. When I became a coach, I still didn't quite see the business opportunity. I just knew I loved it, and I thought, hey, this is kind of cool. And if I make some extra money, why not, right? It can help pay for my shakes. What I didn't realize at the time is this is $1 billion company that's growing. The CEO of Beachbody is a legitimate CEO of $1 billion company, a company that's been around for 20 years. The coaching opportunity has been around for 10, and there are people making a very nice living as Beachbody coaches. My life changed that day. I became a coach. I just didn't know it. Slowly, I started to embrace what it means to be a coach. And I really joined to help others. And I figured if I help other people, I'm going to help myself. And when I started to see the potential, I was just totally hooked at that point. At that point, I'm thinking, if I can actually do this full time, I would be so incredibly happy. And in November of this past year, I left the corporate world and I completely work in health and fitness full time. So it can be done. I will not BS you guys and tell you that it's super easy. There have been a lot of moments in the first 6 months where I truly wanted to quit. I wanted to send my upline coach a message and say, I'm out. This is too much. I just can't handle it with my current job. I'm out. I can't do it. And it was personal development, the thing that I kind of fought in the beginning, that kept my head on straight. Personal development was something I was a little cocky about in the beginning. I have a lot of experience in sales and I have a lot of experience in leadership in my corporate job. And I thought I was above it. I thought that's for people who don't have the background I do, and what am I possibly going to learn? And it was in those moments where I felt like quitting and I felt like walking away that I started to think, okay, maybe I'll give in to just 10 minutes a day, just 10 minutes a day. And I started to read some of the books that all these top coaches talked about that I thought I was too good for. And I'll tell you guys what those were when we're done, because I do have them all listed for you guys. But that personal development, I honestly will tell you guys, is the reason I didn't quit. So if you're a coach that thinks this journey is going to be easy, or you think it was easy for me, I had those moments. I played out the conversation of quitting over and over. I don't think that way today. I will tell you guys, I've had definitely some big setbacks in this business. Like, I'm so close to a goal, and then all of a sudden I'm completely knocked back, and that goal feels like it's a year away. But no longer do I have those feelings of quitting, because I've never been so sure of anything I've ever done in my life, ever. So those feelings aren't there to the same extent, although I do still absolutely embrace personal development, and I do more today than I did before, because I have to be strong for you guys, and life will still throw challenges. And if you guys have been watching my current journey just the last couple of months, I've gone through one of the hardest things I've ever gone through in my life, but I've handled it better than I have things that are a lot less important. There have been things that are a lot less important that I didn't handle so well. And I truly thank Beachbody for teaching me those skills and really getting my head screwed on in a better way than it ever has been. So when I say it's changed my life, it has completely changed my life. In the beginning, I'm going to show you guys what I did and what not to do. I wanted to be a salesperson that just told everybody about challenge groups, because that's what I knew. I signed up as a challenger and I wanted everyone to join a challenge, and that was it. And it wasn't until a few months in a challenge, running these challenge groups, that I realized there are people out there who might want to do what I'm doing as coaches. And I started to really embrace the coaching aspect of not just for me, but for other people as well. And I invited people to join as coaches, not just to get a discount on Shakeology, but to join as coaches who maybe would see the benefit that I do. And I realized it's selfish for me to hold that back from people. And it wasn't actually until probably this January that I really, really started putting it out there that you can join my team as a coach. It's not just challenge groups. And that's where you get to put on the leadership hat, and you're not just a salesperson that makes commission. Now you're a leader that's leading people, doing what I'm doing on this call and leading other people to whatever their goals, not my goals, whatever your goals are for you. All right, so I'm going to keep going. You just became a coach, or maybe you became a coach a while ago, but you're on this Coach Basics call because you're here for some of the fundamentals. What happens now? I'm going to stop talking about my story and I'm going to show you guys some specifics. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to take you guys into the back office. So give me a second. I want to share screen. I am going to share my desktop. Let's see. Share Google. Is that gonna work for me? Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my Team Beachbody screen? Can you just give me a head nod? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna show you how to access your back office. This is where you're gonna spend most of your time as a coach. So you're gonna go over to www.teambeachbody.com. If you don't have a chance to write this down, I am going to be sending you a document that has all of these links for you. But if you want to write it down, go for it. So teambeachbody.com, and then you're going to hover over here on Coach and Coach Online Office. So you're going to come over here to your Coach Online Office. You're going to log in. And this is your Coach portal. I try to check my Coach portal maybe 2-3 times a day to see what's happening. In the beginning as a coach, I probably checked it 1 time per day. Right when you log into your Coach portal, it's going to show you on the left-hand side your Coach ID. That is a number that you should have handy. I would make it a note on your phone and save that number. It's really important that you know your Coach ID. So if you don't know what that is, you're going to come right over here. And then on the left-hand side, it's going to tell you your rank. It's going to tell you your status. In order to be active, you need to have 90 personal volume points, which if you're drinking Shakeology every month, that's it, you're active. It's going to tell you the name of your upline sponsor. That's the person who sponsored you, your direct upline coach. It's going to tell you your upline diamond coach, which for most of you is going to be me. For some of you, it's going to be Wayne. For some of you, it's going to be Todd. Okay, so those are the 3 different diamond coaches that anyone on this call would have. And it's going to tell you the upline star diamond, which for everyone on this call would be me. The minute your sponsor changes rank, that will change, okay? It will tell you the number of coaches in your downline, and even if you've never signed a coach, you might still see some coaches over here because some of my coaches and your coaches' coaches show up in your network. And that's the beauty of multi-level marketing, that you will benefit from coaches that you do not sign up. In order to receive those benefits from your network, you need to hit the very first rank, which is Emerald. And I'll talk about that a little bit more shortly, but that's where you open up the opportunity to earn a bonus. Down here, you'll see alerts. Let's say you have someone that purchases from you, whether they purchase Shakeology or they purchase a challenge pack. And you're wondering, did I get credit for their purchase? You're going to look at your alerts and it's going to say you have a new customer, right? So it's going to tell you new customer. And this resets every week. So if you have a new customer and then it's been a week, it's going to go back to 0 if you don't have any new customers. It'll tell you if you have a new personally sponsored coach. So that's a coach that you bring onto your team. If it's a coach in your organization, then it's either a coach that I signed or your coach signed that's on your leg. We have 2 legs in this business. Left leg and a right leg, or it's a coach that one of your coaches signed. So Jen, if you had a coach and your coach signed a coach, that would be a coach in your organization, but it would not be a personally sponsored coach because you did not sign them up. So I look at my alerts quite a bit. That's where I go to see what's happening. Now, you're a brand new coach. How do you set up your website so that people can purchase from you? This site is here for your back office, but what do you do so that people can purchase from you? So if you hover over here under my websites, you're going to see one. It's going to say Edit Beachbody Coach in English. You can do Spanish too. So if you've got a Spanish market, absolutely change both of them. I'm going to do English. So Edit Beachbody Coach, and you're going to go over here to my websites, Edit English. And it's going to take me to the website that my customers are going to see. Now, if you want to know what that website is, if you look over here on the top right hand side, it says www.beachbodycoach.com/zmungie. Your website that you send your customers or your potential coaches to become a part of your team is going to be www.beachbodycoach.com/whatever user ID you chose. That's the website where you can send your customers to or your potential coaches. And then when they come over here, they can start a free account under you. And then if they order in the future, it would go to you. They can become a coach under you, or they can shop under you. Okay? So this is really important. Now, when you're selling a challenge pack, let's talk about what a challenge pack is. A challenge pack means it's a workout program that also comes with Shakeology. So I've had people that have done the workouts with Beachbody before, and they've seen some results, but really what ties it all in together that's really helped people maximize results is a challenge pack. It provides the workout, it provides Shakeology, which is a game changer when it comes to your nutrition, and it also provides a meal plan. And then we put you in a group where you're coached daily to hit your goals. So a challenge pack comes with all of that instead of just buying things separately. It's also cheaper to buy it in a bundle challenge pack than it is to buy those items separately. So there is a little bit of a savings, okay? Challenge packs is probably 95, 96% of what I sell. A lot of times people will approach me about Shakeology, but when I ask them about their goals, they're gonna follow up with what their goals are, and I'm gonna say, hey, you know, Shakeology is great, but I think you might benefit from our group. Let me tell you about what that entails. So let's talk about what happens when people want to join you. What do you do? The very first time I had someone that wanted to join me, I'll be honest with you guys, I threw up all over them. All over them. I was like, well, let me tell you about our challenge group, and I'm so excited, and this is what it comes with, and this is what we're going to do, and are you excited to join me? And they were so overwhelmed. It was like, I don't know. No, this is, you know, it just wasn't appealing because I was freaking them out. I'm going to come back so you guys could see me. Okay. And I saw this training from another coach, and it totally changed how I approach people and how I talk to them about challenge groups. When someone says, give me info, or someone says, how much is it? Or someone says, how can I join your challenge? The very first thing I say is, well, hold on one second. Can you tell me a little bit about your goals? Can you share with me what your goals are? And the thought process behind it is, I have no right to recommend a challenge group for someone if I don't know what their goals are. I don't have that right. They haven't told me what they want to accomplish. So how do I know that I can actually help them? And how can I truly be genuine, right? By just spitting and throwing up all over them. So make sure that you understand someone's goals before you make any type of recommendation. Sometimes it's hard because you'll get a message and it's like, how much is it? And you feel like they just want to know the price, right? I can promise you right now, you are never going to help that person if you just throw a number out. You're just not going to help them at all. It's never worked for me. You've got to take a step back and say, well, can you tell me what your goals are? And if someone tells me I want to lose 7 pounds, I usually respond with, well, there's lots of diet pills that will help you lose 7 pounds. What do you want more than that? What do you want more than just the weight loss? I want my energy back. I want to feel good in my clothes. I want my confidence back. I want to know, this is a line I heard in that training, and I love this line. I want to get in bed with them, because when your head hits that pillow at night, what do you think about? You either think about all the things that you did in that day that you're so proud of. You think about all the things that were great about your day, how great you felt, or you feel like shit. Your head hits and I've been there. Your head hits the pillow and you're thinking, tomorrow's got to be better than today because today was not good. I don't feel good in my skin. I don't feel good getting up and getting dressed in the morning. I don't like who I see when I wake up in the mirror. And I want to know what they're feeling, not just a number on a scale. I want to know when their head hits the pillow, what's keeping them up at night. And then I have the right to say whether or not I can help them. When I know someone's goals, and then we get to week 2 of the challenge and they slowly start to go, oh, I don't know, I'm kind of slacking off. Then I can go back and I could say, remember how you told me that you want to run after your grandchild, that you don't have the energy to do that? How important is that to you right now? Because you're about to quit on that goal that you set. So when I know their goals, I can keep them in the group and I can help them get past that. If I don't know someone's goals, all I'm trying to do is sell them something, and it's all about me. So the minute someone shows interest, take it back to their goals. Okay, so let's talk about how you even get people to show interest, right? The other day I was on a call with a gal who was thinking about joining the challenge, and sometimes I talk via Facebook Messenger, sometimes I get on the phone. Someone wants to have a longer chat, I'll get on the phone with them. And she has been following me on Facebook for probably like 6-7 months. And so she didn't know me before. And when I shared my story with her, she was totally floored that 2 years ago, I had 0 experience in health and fitness, like beyond floored. She just couldn't believe it. Because if you look at my Facebook, you think this is someone that's been in health and fitness for a long time. I might have gone to school for it. I've embraced it. This is my brand and my identity. So you have to build your brand and your identity, whatever you want people to know about you. And you can change your brand and your identity, which I've done. Because if I had a Facebook 2 years ago, which I really didn't have much of a Facebook, but if I did, my brand would have been HR, sales, managing a sales team, payroll, like totally different than what you see today. So you've got to think about what your brand is. So here's an assignment for you that I want you guys to do. I want you to go ahead and make a list of 5 things that are your brand, but only 2 of them can be health and fitness. Only 2 of them. It's the 80-20 rule. So 2 of the 5 need to be health and fitness. People are not going to come to you just because of health and fitness. If I have a goal to gain my confidence back, and there's a gal on my Facebook, let's call her Jane Doe, and she's always posting about her workouts. She's always posting about how awesome her food is, how perfectly she eats, how she crushes the workouts. That's all she does is talk about health and fitness. And then there's another gal, okay, that posts about her dogs. She posts about health and fitness, maybe the workout that she's doing. She posts about a trip that she's taking or maybe a hike that she's going on. She posts about her favorite band that she follows all around wherever they're at. I kind of feel like I know that person. And she does post about the food she eats because she is in health and fitness, right? And I know that because I see these posts. When it comes to me sharing my goals and talking about wanting to get my confidence back, I am not going to go to Miss Perfect Jane Doe because I do not relate to her at all. I am not in health and fitness right now. I'm trying to get back into it. I relate with the gal who posts about her dog because I don't have a dog, but I've got some furry little friends here and I get an animal lover. Like I can connect with you, okay? So you want to share parts of your journey in your life that are health and fitness and that are not health and fitness. And you've got to be consistent. If you post once a week or even once every other day, you are never going to build a following. It's just the way it works. People will not expect you. People will not want to go to your page. I get people today that say, I want to thank you for your consistency. I get up in the morning and I want to see what you're posting on your page. You have to give people a reason to want to see your page. The other side of that is Facebook will work against you if you don't have consistency. You'll throw one post out and Facebook's going to go, okay, you've got 500 friends. We're going to show it to like 10 of them. That's really the way Facebook works. Now, if you're constantly posting and you're engaging with your audience, and there's ways to engage, and I'm going to do another training on social media because it really will take a full hour, if not longer. But you want to encourage your audience to engage with you, ask questions in your posts. Facebook is going to say, oh, people want to see this. So out of your 500 friends, we're going to put it in front of 200 of them instead of 20 of them. So if you want Facebook to work with you, you've got to play that game. I know it sounds super annoying and it's like, this is ridiculous. Like I have a social media following and I can't even get people to see it. But Facebook wants people to pay for ads. That's really what it comes down to. And I will tell you guys, I built this business really not paying for anything. I posted ads for the gym and paid for those, but for my coaching business, it has all been off my personal page, and you can't pay for ads on your personal page. That doesn't work like that. So it can be done, but you've got to be diligent about it. The other thing is you've got to give love to get love. So if I have people that are friends on my page, and I went from 200 friends to 2,400 today because of coaching, I just started adding a bunch of mutual friends. Those 2,400 people, I've got to comment on their posts, or why would they show me any love? You've got to interact with people. It's like if you go to a networking event in person and you just stand there and you go, why isn't anyone coming up to me? Nobody's coming up to me. You have to go out and talk to people. You can't expect everybody to just come up to you. So you've got to put some love out there if you want to get some love back. All right, so I want you guys to think about building momentum. You want to reach out to people, invite people to your groups, and then the goal that you want to have every month, I want you guys to write this number down, is Success Club 10. So Success Club is a word that some of you might not know yet. Success Club 10 is a point system, and Beachbody has said if you can do this every month, statistically, those are the coaches that tend to build the higher income levels, that tend to do better long term. Success Club 10, how do you do that? You help 5 people. So you get 2 points per person. Those 5 people, this is how you get points. They either purchase Shakeology on Home Direct, you get 2 points. It has to be a brand new customer on Shakeology Home Direct. Brand new customer to you that purchases a challenge pack, or a brand new coach that purchases a challenge pack. So they weren't a challenger before, they just signed up as a coach and buy a challenge pack at the same time. That's how you get points, 2 points for each one. So if you help 5 people with any one of those ways, you get 10 points, and Beachbody gives you a little reward. If you hit Success Club 5, you also get a little prize, but I want you to shoot high, shoot for 10, aim for 10 every month, okay? Okay, I want you guys to write this down, these 3 letters, FAQ. Beachbody has an FAQ, and it is like the Google of coaching. So if you ever have a question, the very first place I want you to go to, I want you to type into Google FAQ and then type your question. So is Shakeology gluten-free? So go to Google and put, is Shakeology gluten-free? FAQ, and the first thing that comes up will be the official FAQ answer from Team Beachbody. That's your first place for questions. Second place for questions is just Google. Don't put FAQ, just Google it. And your third place is your upline coach. Oh, excuse me. Third place is TeamINSPIRED. Post on our coach page, TeamINSPIRED. And then your fourth is your upline coach. So reach out to your coach. But that is the path that I'd like you to take if you have a question. FAQ, Google, TeamINSPIRED, and then reach out to your upline coach. Because I'm pretty sure you'll figure the answer out in one of the first 2. And then that's going to help you when you have coaches on your team, direct them, right? You don't want to have coaches come to you and then you're going to your coach and they're going to their coach and nobody knows the answers. So that's the path to figuring things out. All right, I'm going to share screen again with you guys, and we're going to go over to Facebook. So let's go back here. Can you guys see my screen again? Okay, let's do this. I'm going to go to Facebook, and I'm going to take you guys over to TeamINSPIRED. Whoops. If you're unsure of what that is, you should have been added to TeamINSPIRED by your coach. TeamINSPIRED is the coach group that I founded 2 years ago. And when you get to that point where you feel like you're ready to run your own team, there's really no rules. It doesn't matter if you have 1 coach on your team or 100, or you never want to have your own team. It doesn't really matter. That's the beauty of this. You can decide. You can come up with a name and run your group, or continue to put, like Ashley has Swole Team 6, and she's part of TeamINSPIRED, but she's also got her name branded. So TeamINSPIRED is the group that I founded 2 years ago. I want to show you guys what the files section looks like. So if you come over here to the files section, you're going to see something called a Welcome Guide Revised. If you have not downloaded this document, I highly recommend that you download it. And then anytime you sign up a coach on your team, tag them or download this and send it to them. But make sure your coaches get this welcome guide because it has a link to everything that I showed you today. So your Team Beachbody site, all of that information is in there. Okay, this shows you when you get to Emerald, there's something called free customers. I'm not going to get into it, but you can look here to see what that's about. This is all a bunch of cold invite scripts. So if you're going to send someone an invitation, what do you say? These are compiled from a bunch of other coaches, and you kind of have to find something that works for you. Okay, out of all the FAQs that you're going to find on the Beachbody site, these are the most popular ones compiled. So you can come here first if you like. This is how to sell a challenge pack. It's important that you look at this because there are certain times where someone, like maybe years ago, maybe they bought Brazilian butt lift and they somehow got assigned a random coach at Beachbody and now they need to be under you. So what happens? You're not getting credit for their sale. What do? I walk you through exactly what to do with them, okay? The rest of this, I would say, let me see if any of these, there's a lot of info back here. You can play around with whatever you like, but those are the ones that I really want you guys to pay attention to, okay? Are those first few docs that we just went over. Okay. We're all done. I'm gonna unmute you guys so that you can ask questions. If you wanna stay muted, go ahead and stay muted if you're like in a noisy spot, but I'm gonna go ahead and unmute everyone. And hold on. Anybody have any questions for me?
As the one question, I guess, would be about the Facebook page. Has anybody decided to have a separate name instead of making it also your persona, your business?
I can't hear you very well because I'm gonna try and unmute everybody else now. Hold on, someone's got it. If your line is a little bit loud, hold on one second. Where'd you go, James?
All right.
Okay.
My question was, anybody thought about doing a separate Facebook page for their business so they're not basically sacrificing their own social life to completely become their business?
Yes, I have a like page, and I highly recommend everyone creates a like page. So if you want to see what my like page looks like, it's tjnzfitness.com. Now, the one thing I'll say about like pages is that it's a lot harder to get traction on a like page. So I post on the like page and I will probably get like I have about 500 likes, and I'll tell you guys right now that was hard to get to. I have 2,400 friends on my personal. I am a big fan of like pages though, and I want to preface by saying as hard as it is and as difficult as it is where the future is going. Facebook is going to start getting stricter and stricter about using your personal. I am all over my personal today because I built this whole business off of it, but I highly recommend you build a like page. Now, the reason it's harder to get likes on the like page and followers on your like page and even people to see it is because on a like page, you can sponsor ads and Facebook wants you to put money into it. That's why. So I think everybody should have a like page, even though it's difficult, you still should do it. And I'm taking a social media training class on July 1st, where I'm hoping to learn more tricks of the trade of how to keep my like page or boost it up more without paying too much, right? Or even anything, because there are ways to do it. And I'll definitely bring all that info back to you guys. But to sum it up, I think you should have a like page. You're probably it's a little bit tougher to build it, but in the long run, we're gonna wanna do that because I think Facebook is gonna make it harder and harder to use your personal. Hope that answered the question.
That's it, thanks.
Okay, we've got a couple chat questions here. Anthony, I already did it. I made one, but I haven't launched it yet. Okay, yeah, I think you should. There's no reason not to have one. As long as like there isn't like a work reason or something stopping you. But a business page is called a like page, and there's a lot of benefits to have one and work it. Even though it feels like in the beginning, like sometimes for me it's hard because I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of it. But it will pay me back eventually. Any other questions? You guys could comment or type. Let me try and unmute you guys one more time. Someone's in a really loud area. I'm gonna mute you. All right, anybody else have any questions for me?
I'm good.
Yeah? Okay. I was recording this video so you guys can go back and look at it, and I'm gonna upload it to TeamINSPIRED so that if you sign on a new coach, tag them in this video, okay? That way they can kind of see me going to the back office and how you navigate that. And then once again, make sure that this is the welcome packet that is in the back office. I recommend you download that and then you provide it to any coaches on your team. If you guys need anything that I didn't cover, that you didn't ask on the call, you guys can always reach out to me anytime, shoot me a message. If you guys need a one-on-one or anything like that, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to your direct coach. We're all a team and we're all here to help. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye guys.
Adios.
Bye. Bye, Anthony.